Hello again, this is MrDerpinati. This is just a quick bonus video about some stuff I want to talk about. So recently I put a poll on YouTube asking, do I sound posh? And apparently I sound posh. 20 out of 21 of you think I'm posh. My friend says I sound more like an airline airline pilot than a posh person. Just to confirm, I'm not posh. I'm like from the south of the UK, so that's probably why. Or I'm just British. And speaking of being British, let's have some tea and let's complain about some stuff. So the title of this video, Duolingo and Memrise. In particular, I'm just gonna complain about this. So basically, Memrise is changing their format into more childish layouts, and I hate it. It's horrible. It looks, it's been abstracted. That means it's been simpled down, more tailored towards children, which I hate. Loads of people also hate it as well, since they're fixing something that didn't need fixing, which is kind of like Genshin devs, but we don't talk about that. So, like, the new format is, well, no, I've been familiar with the older legacy layout, and I prefer that, even though there are loads of caveats and stuff. Like, I also don't really like Memrise, for like, basically it's really dumb. It's not as smart as something as, let's say, Anki, which I'll talk about later. It's just, I hate the new layout even more than the old one. So that just means like the new one is just bad in all ways. And apparently they're getting rid of mems. I don't know what mems are. I've never really used them. But apparently some person has 10 years of experience on Memrise and like 10 years worth of mems, and now they're just going to be deleted. And also in their forum post, they said to not get rid of your mems, just copy and paste all of them. But if you have 10 years worth of them, copying and pasting isn't exactly going to be helpful and stuff. It's basically, people say it's like a slap in the face saying, haha, you made mems, now we're gonna punish you for it. Haha, get bad. And yeah, I've been using Memrise for about 2 years. Every day of my life for the last 2 years, since I use it for languages for my GCSEs. And yeah, I haven't really had a great experience. Once I'm done with GCSEs, I never have to touch Memrise again. So the changes are happening, well, in 2022. At the very start of 2022, the new childish layout is going to be permanent, and the 6 months I'm going to be using it until my GCSEs, they're not going to be fun. Like, they completely got rid of basically anything good. It's just not worth it anymore. Moving on, we have Duolingo. Yes, we know, the notorious bird, the green bird who's going to kill your family if you don't do your Spanish lesson. So it's good when you start. It's not bad. But as like, the further you go, the more levels, crowns, checkpoint things you do, the worse it becomes, because it doesn't teach you the grammar points, because it's, once again, tailored towards children. So, children are going to understand, oh yes, je suis, not je être. Like, yeah, children are going to understand that you're going to remember, which is a really bad way of learning a language, because, like, languages, they're arguably, it's just grammar points and then the vocab. Once you know both of them really well, then you can pretty much speak the language pretty well. And also, the sentences are really kind of pointless. Ah, yes, pointless Duolingo sentences. And also, you don't really learn anything. Like, I also spent maybe 2 years every day doing a Duolingo lesson. Like, yes, I did learn some things, but like, especially near the end of the, like, I was only halfway, and I just gave up because it was so horrible. I just couldn't bear it anymore. So yeah, generally they are tailoring more towards children. But at the same time, they're moving away from the older audiences, which I think is unfair for basically anyone above the age of 12. Like, couldn't they just have an option to have like both? So like, one for children, one for adults, or like not children, like under the age of 10. Because like, learning is very useful. Well, that was kind of obvious, but like, learning a language, especially if you're going to work in like a business or whatever, it's good, it's useful. Like, being bilingual or even more, very useful, basically. So one more thing, just like if you are planning to use one of these software things, or just websites, don't buy a membership. It's not worth it. Like there are better ways to learn a language. Like well, I mean, Anki is kind of subjective. I think. Anki is kind of subjective. So like some people like it, some people don't. I like it. Haven't really used it to learn a language yet, but I like Anki. That's the one way you can learn a language. But if you want to properly be fluent in a language, then you might as well move to that country or actually have a teacher instead of learning yourself. But yeah, this was basically just a kind of a relatively short rant. It's already been 6 minutes somehow, because I like ranting, and there's a platform where people will probably not watch the whole video and they don't actually know this part, but you know, that it is what it is. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Like, sub, dislike, comment, whatever. Comment for the algorithm. I was gonna say that instead. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything. Okay, good.